And now, with no further ado, I would like to present speaker number 1.
Where half the story is missing. The dates are there, the wars are there, the inventions are there. But the people who shaped them are gone. That's what American history looks like when women's stories are left out. And that's why I believe that women's history is not a side chapter or an optional unit. Women's history is American history. Because women hidden in the shadows were the ones holding the nation together, pushing it forward, and lighting the path towards justice. One of the main rights we have as citizens of the United States is the right to vote. The moment when our voices can finally be heard. But there were voices they tried silence. Prior to 1920, women were not allowed to have a say in the government. A large piece of the population denied the right to speak out. On January 11, 1885, the woman who would shift the trajectory for women's rights was born. Alice Paul, a woman from New Jersey who believed in equality for all people, turned silence into a blasting trumpet. Alice organized the 1913 Women's March, the first major march in D.C. She led the silent Centennials, who picketed the White House daily. And she even endured imprisonment and forced feedings. She was the driving force behind the 19th Amendment. Ratified on August 18, 1920, that gave women the right to vote. She was the engine beneath the movement, unseen, but driving everything forward. Consider Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, and Mary Jackson, the minds behind the breakthrough. In a society where the STEM fields were almost entirely dominated by males, these women broke through the walls designed to keep them out. Katherine Johnson, brilliance from an early age but denied education because of her skin color. 30 years later, verified John Glenn's orbit by hand and helped America win the space race. Dorothy Vaughan, coming up from a little girl in Missouri to NASA's first black woman supervisor, a role almost exclusively held by white men. And Mary Jackson, the quintessential example of resilience. She had to petition the city of Hampton for permission to attend engineering classes because they were held at an all-white school. These women are not just names in a textbook. They were the unseen gravity holding NASA together. And there are countless others, women whose names are not women whose names history tried to erase. Fannie Lou Hamer, sharecropper turned activist. Mary Eliza Mahoney, the first black woman professional licensed nurse. Claire Burton, Grace Hopper. All these women, known and unknown, stitched their courage into the fabric of our nation. American history is women's history, and women's history is American history. And when we finally treat it that way, we don't learn more, we become a country that is more. A country that sees, values, and celebrates all its people. Thank you.
And now I would like to present speaker number 2.
Let me start with a question. When you think of American history, who comes to mind? Most people immediately think of presidents, generals, or famous founding fathers. And yes, they shaped the nation, but here's the thing. America was never built by only half of its people. Women have always been a part of shaping this country. They fought for rights, built communities, advanced science, contributed during wars, and inspired generations. Yet for a long time, many of their stories were overlooked. Imagine living in a time when your voice didn't matter. You couldn't vote, you couldn't hold leadership positions, your opportunities for education or work were limited, simply because of your gender. How would that feel? Frustrating, confusing, scary? Well, that was the reality for most women in America, until people refused to accept it. Take Susan B. Anthony, for example. In the 1800s, she believed women deserved the right to vote. Many people said it was impossible. Some laughed. Can you believe others said it would never happen? But Susan B. Anthony kept speaking, kept organizing, and fighting for change. After decades of activism, the 19th Amendment to the United States Constitution passed in 1920, giving women the right to vote. Now let's talk about courage in everyday life. Most people know Rosa Parks for refusing to give up her seat on the bus in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. Her story encourages us to know that progress happens step by step. Her arrest sparked the Montgomery bus boycott and became a key moment in the Civil War. But here's something many people don't know. 9 months before Rosa Parks, a 15-year-old girl named Claudette Colvin refused to give up her seat on the same bus system. Imagine being 15. Imagine the fear, the pressure, the uncertainty, and yet she still chose to stand up. Think about your own life. Have you ever had to stand up even when you were scared? Have that courage to act even when it was hard? That is what shaped history. Just like Claudette, all of us have moments where we can challenge unfairness in our schools, communities, and even our friendships. During wars, women also contributed in ways that changed the country. In World War II, millions of men left to fight overseas. Factories, shipyards, industries suddenly needed workers. Women stepped in. In the American Civil War, Harriet Tubman also contributed. She worked as a nurse, scout, and spy for the Union Army, proving that every time you choose courage, you make a difference. Women have also shaped history during science and exploration. Marie Curie believed that studying radioactivity would discover medicine and change it worldwide. And it did. Now, many people, due to Marie Curie, choose career paths in science and technology. But here's the thing. Not every woman who shapes history becomes famous. A teacher, encouraging students to dream big. A leader, helping communities grow. And even parents sacrificing their time and energy to support their families. These actions may never appear in textbooks, but they still shape history. Because every time someone stands up for fairness, equality, or justice, the story of American history moves forward. This is why we celebrate Women's History Month. We need to remember, progress happens step by step, voice by voice, and generation by generation. After years, we're finally learning that what women's history is all about. Because her story is not just a part of American history. Her story is American history. Thank you.
Speaker number 3.
Good morning. Today, I will be speaking to you on the topic of Women History is American History. Women, the foundation of our society and the global leaders of today. A name, which is comprised of so much. A name that describes the empowerment of humanity and the change that lies between the hidden fine print lines. A name better known as a woman. The stereotypes that echo throughout the narrow streets and the societal restrictions that kept our women trapped between the enclosed mind of men and their heart's ardent desires. You cannot work. You cannot pay bills. You must stay home, cook, clean, and take care of our children, recycled as a weakly constructed limitation. When the dishes were clean and the children were well fed, women represented the bricks and cement that held families together, the paint that never ceased to peel off, the curtains that held the darkness from emitting to the light, the foundation of every household, the structures that kept civilization in one piece, fiercely and creatively connecting such opposites with their daring, fearless, and resilient mindsets. Let alone, they're the ones that shape foundation and families of generations. They're the ones that birth society, the ones that commend minds, the individuals that continue to change the future of America with the abundance of knowledge and influence they possess. Malala Yousafzai, a Pakistani educational activist, the youngest Nobel Peace Prize laureate, known globally for her advocacy of girls' education, propelling for female education in Pakistan, and amplifying girls' voices that are waiting to be heard. Greta Thunberg, Swedish climate activist, a woman leader in the international movement to fight climate change since 2012, addressing issues such as climate change, environmental conflicts, and global matters. Kamala Harris, Democratic politician, the first Black woman as vice president and who has ran for presidency, an important figure that strives many young girls to gather interest in politics, becoming a sacred role model, showing ambition and conquering fear. These names do not only title a person, they title what a group has done for humankind. The independence, the courageousness, the sharp-witted and astonishing collection of bold women who contributed and highlighted the change that has been done in American society thanks to their admirable and bright actions. Women history is American history. With women fighting for their rights, they anticipate and spark the movement of change. The movement of no longer being sustained unfairly by regulations of a cruel reality. No longer a world where the genital parts of you speak more than what you can do. Voices are now heard, actions are now seen. Women pivotally, contributing to being the instrumental in breaking down barriers, advocating for rights, and challenging societal norms. The determination runs deeply within the blood of our veins. Every blood vessel, every teardrop fuses with such intelligence, bravery, and power that deciphers what has been put upon a society and forces us to believe that we are something we are not. The dominance of women is spoken across every room. Every second, every minute, every hour is composed of a person taking their first steps to college with a full ride scholarship. A young scholar sketching a rocket ship and dreaming that they are the ones operating it. A teacher grading papers, unifying her pupils with a sustainable education. The universal, heartfelt, but fearless push that guides lost parents, Army soldiers, law enforcement agents, artists, writers, doctors, STEM leaders, educators, art, musicians, hairdressers, to continue pursuing the battle for independence and rights of women, along with American society. A name, the name, woman. Woman history is American history. Thank you.
Last speaker for this morning, speaker number 4. From the first breath of this nation's dream, women have stood unseen, yet supreme. Their bodies have birthed legends, their minds have built schools,
and their hands built homes. Their courage broke every rule. In 1776, the ink dried bold on the Declaration of Independence. But let's look back at that same ink. Who did it call independence for? Well, every hand that held that pen was a he. That freedom part doesn't sound so free. And every soul they set afloat was a hymn. They left the mothers and daughters out of the paper. Abigail Adams whispered, "Remember the ladies." Yet centuries passed before America truly did. Still, women achieved. In factories failed and freedom's fight, women turned silence into light. By 1848 in Sahina Falls, they gathered to demand it all. The right to vote, to speak, to stand. The right to make new laws in this new land. It took 72 years of relentless fighting, of hunger strikes, fears, and tears, until the century of clouds had risen away until 1920 brought a new day. A timeline of fire, a century of first, quenching America's long-standing thirst. 1947, Gwendolyn Brooks, a poetic threat, the first woman to win a Pulitzer Prize yet. 1963, Shirley Chisholm beats political drum, the first woman in Congress, change had come. 1983, Sally Ride streaks through the dark of the sky, the first American woman to ever orbit that high. 2007, the sound of the gavel falls with a heavy sound. The first Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, is found. 2012, Kamala Harris silencing all the fears. And if you think that's just history, look closer to today, where during World War II, 6 million strong. They filled the factories, proved men wrong. For every dollar a man may earn, a woman earns 82 cents in return. While the rest of her value is set to burn, And when she does outrun that fire, she hits the limit of a man's desire, a barrier, a stopping spot. I'll call it a glass ceiling, transparent and high. It looked like a clear sunny view, but instead it was a wall that said, "This isn't for you." But even the clearest glass can't hide the truth, and the glass is shattering. It's starting with us. And if you think that's just history, look closer at today, where the ceiling is unbarred in a brand new way. So don't just give us 4 seconds of fame or name or month in spring to remember their name. We're not knocking anymore, we are the door.
We have come to that point in the program where we identify who our winners are for today's competition. We have cash prizes for first, second, and third place. We have 4 students. The 4th student will receive an honorable mention gift of $50. So I'll identify that person first. And then we will award our cash prize winners. Honorable mention goes to Miss Imari Jones. Congratulations, we appreciate your hard work, and thank you so much for your effort in this competition. We're proud of you, and just keep working. Thank you so much. All right, now, if we can get some assistance with the medallions, please. And we will announce our 3rd place winner first. And that is Divine Cook of Davis Middle School. Divine Cook. Stand with the judges. Stand with the judges. Now for our 2nd place winner. Second place winner is Zechariah Thomas. Did I skip the 3rd place winner? Divine, where is Divine Cook? Right here. You didn't get yours. And now, our 1st place winner of Conyers Middle School, Ms. Amelia Bean. And now, may we have our big old giant checks? First place, $500. Come right up.
Yes.
$150. Come out and grab your check.
That's what's up.
Winner, $150. Congratulations.
Good work.
Now, if you would please have a
Good work.
seat right